नमस्कार.
Namaste.
Namaskara.
Vanakkam.
Khushamadi.
Assalamu alaikum.
Achekal.
మీకు అందరికీ వందనము.
जय स्वामी नारायण.
जय श्री कृष्ण.
जय जनिंद्र.
हमारे इस्माइली भाई बंधुओं को बोल दे याली मदद.
मलाली मतलब बोलते हैं सारे फीजी मतलब बोलेंगे नहीं सब बुला बड़जन हम आ गए हैं आपके प्यारे महिमा के द्वारे मैं से फालतू बाबा ब्लैक शीप आगे नहीं वो.
Yes sir. 3 bags full in his head. This is your darling प्यारी फालतू रानी बंदी जानी.
मेरे बेजे ने भूसा भरा है लेकिन तेरा तो बेजा खाली है.
कोई बात नहीं, खाली इज बेटर देन भूसा भरा हुआ.
ये भूसा इज मच बेटर. ओके ऐसा नहीं बोलने का. भूसा में एकदम नॉट सीम्स लाइक दैट्स फूड. ऑडियो चेक करो. ये ऑडियो चेक वेक नहीं, हम बस क्रेडिट कार्ड स्वाइप करते जब देखो.
अबे ऑडियो चेक करने के लिए बोल रही है.
ऑडियो चेक नहीं करेंगे हम लोग स्वाइप करते बोल रहे. तू सभी समझती नहीं है यार. हाँ
क्या बात कर रहे हैं.
बस चेक नहीं है,
क्या
स्वाइप करते हम लोग. ऑडियो स्वाइप किया हुआ है.
ओह रियली.
ये सब ठीक ठाक है. मालूम ने क्या सोच रहे हमारे दीपा जी.
क्या.
हाँ
Are you sure?
अरे बाबा दीपा जी चेक किया अब कनेक्ट हुआ.
हाँ चेक किया अब कनेक्ट हुआ. वाह अब कनेक्ट हुआ. शेमलेस फेलो. तू ना इतना बुरा है. इतने अच्छे बंधु है हमारे जो बताते हैं हमें. और तू
मैं कब बोला मैं अच्छा हूँ.
तू
मैं तो ऑलवेज बोलता हूँ मैं बुरा हूँ.
हाँ करेक्ट. वेरी गुड.
फिर भी क्या बुरा क्या भला.
ठीक है आलतू बाबा.
क्या बुरा क्या भला. एक फिल्म एक गाना है अक्स का. अक्स फिल्म का ना क्या बुरा क्या भला. हाँ एक वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग नहीं है. फालतू नहीं. आज का थीम जो है वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग थीम है. आप आज क्यों मेंटल हेल्थ के बारे में आप बात करने का सोचा है. प्लीज थोड़ा
मानसिक संतुलन तूने बोला ना, कुछ तो भी ऐसा है. मानसिक संतुलन.
व्हाट इज मानसिक संतुलन मीन का मतलब क्या है.
मेंटल बैलेंस.
मेंटल बैलेंस.
तो ये वेल क्वाइट फ्रैंकली बंधुजान हम लोग स्लैम्ड थे विथ रिगार्ड टू वर्क दैट वी डूइंग आउटसाइड ऑफ दिस एज वेल. हमारा दिस वीकेंड को वी हैव आवर टेस्ट ऑफ थैंक्स ग्रैटिट्यूड सेलिब्रेशन दैट वी डूइंग एज वेल. तो हम लोगों को आज इतना सारा काम था और हमारे आलतू बाबा ऑब्वियसली हमेशा बिजी रहते हैं. तो जनाब को
काम था हमें कर रहा था इसीलिए.
हाँ नहीं ये आलतू पता नहीं कितना बात करता है. एक छोटी चीज के लिए एक लंबा मीटर बात करेगा. तो इतना बात कर रहा था और फिर उसको कुछ काम करना था, कुछ कर रहा था. बहुत जनाब परफेक्शनिस्ट है. उनको ऐसे परफेक्टली चीजें चाहिए. तो वो बिजी हो गए थे. तो हमारी बंधु जो दीपा जी हैं बहुत दिनों से नहीं कल से बोल रही है कि मेंटल हेल्थ के बारे में बात करो, मेंटल हेल्थ के बारे में बात करो, मेंटल हेल्थ के बारे में बात करो. तो हमने सोचा चलो ठीक है. आप भी क्या याद रखोगे दीपा कि आज मानसिक संतुलन मेंटल हेल्थ.
आज मेंटल हेल्थ की बात करेंगे, कल हम लोग डेंटल हेल्थ की बात करेंगे.
डेंटल हेल्थ रियली.
वाह मैं पूछ रहा हूँ.
हमारा कोई डेंटिस्ट स्पॉन्सर नहीं है तो इसी के वास्ते
ना वही वन स्पॉन्सर.
अरे अगर स्पॉन्सर है तो होगा ना. मेक सेंस ना आलतू बाबा. तो मानसिक संतुलन बनाए रखने के क्या बनाए रखना भी जरूरी है फालतू रानी. इसीलिए पैम जरूरी है. हाँ
ओह सो स्वीट.
थैंक यू सो मच. एंड आई नो दैट यू वर वेटिंग फॉर अस. सो थैंक यू सो मच फॉर.
यस बजन हम लोग इंसान को इंसान बनाते हैं. ओ सॉरी इंसान को इंसान बनाते हैं.
हाँ करेक्ट. तो अरे इंसान भी हो तो क्या हुआ, इंसान उसमें है ना.
है. हाँ वेरी गुड फाल्तोनी. हम बहुत प्रसन्न हुए.
करेक्ट. तो आज ये क्या है मेंटल हेल्थ बताओ आलतू बाबा. हाँ क्या मतलब मेंटल हेल्थ का मतलब. तू साइकोलॉजिस्ट है, तू बता.
मैं साइको हूँ. साइकोलॉजिस्ट नहीं.
हाँ मालूम है.
मैं मेजर साइको हूँ.
ना मालूम है.
नहीं सॉरी आई डोंट. मेंटल हेल्थ मतलब हेल्थ का मतलब देखो हमारे इंडियन व्हेनेवर वी टॉक अबाउट एनीथिंग ऑन आवर शो आपको मालूम है हम लोग खींचते हैं सिर्फ इंडियन सिनेमा की. यस ब्रदर. पर्दाफाश उसी का करते हैं. देखो फादरनी हमें जो दिखता है वो ऐसा नहीं है. जो है वो नहीं है. जो नहीं है वो है. वो हो नहीं सकता.
वो हो सकता है.
हो भी सकता है.
You never know.
The point is जो आप ग्लिट्स एंड ग्लैमर देखते हो अंदर ही अंदर क्या क्या चल रहा है आपको मालूम है. डू यू इवन नो. हाँ लिखने में हम अमिताभ बच्चन अरे रॉयल्टी है भाई. बहुत प्रॉब्लम. आपको मालूम है उनके फैमिली में कितने प्रॉब्लम चल रहे हैं. उनकी डॉटर जो है जो अभी डिवोर्स्ड है staying with the parents right now? Did you
Really?
know? आपको मालूम था क्या? नहीं ना? Everything kept in the wraps. Did you know उनके फैमिली के अंदर अनबन कितना चल रहा है? ऐश्वर्या राय और
She's divorced? I didn't know that.
yes, she is divorced. She is living with her parents. Nanda से divorce हो गया उनका. And but ये मीडिया में नहीं है, लेकिन उनका बैटल देखो फालतू नहीं. Like for instance, by the way, the sister who's Abhishek's sister, I forget her name. What's her name? Amitabh Bachchan's daughter and ऐश्वर्या राय का बनता नहीं है. श्वेता और ननद का मतलब इसका और ननद का बनता नहीं है, राइट? एंड सेम टाइम ऐश्वर्या को देखो कितना ट्रबल है उनके लिए. एक तो आफ्टर शी बिकेम मैरिड ऑल सक्सेस वेंट साउथ लिटरली, राइट? सो लिटरली शी हैड टू गो टेक अ रोल इन साउथ ओनली, साउथ फिल्म, लिटरली टेक टू गेट बैक इनटू दिस थिंग. एंड बाय द वे, even Amitabh Bachchan's Jai Bhaduri ji and Aishwarya don't get along well.
Hey, how do you know?
अरे मालूम है यार, ऑल दिस इश्यूज हैपनिंग विद. मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ कि ये जो हम लोग देखते हैं वो हो नहीं सकता. एक्चुअली अंदर ही कुछ और चल रहा है, राइट? एंड व्हाट वी आर टॉक अबाउट इज राइट नाउ हाउ अ हाई स्ट्रेस एनवायरनमेंट लाइक द इंडियन इंडस्ट्री, इट इज स्ट्रेसफुल. बन जाए वहाँ पे हाँ सिक्स पैक दिखाने को करते हैं, ये जो टू लुक नाइस सर्जरी वर्जरी कराते हैं, लेकिन फालतू नहीं. डू यू थिंक दे आर पेइंग अटेंशन टू द मेंटल हेल्थ ऑल्सो?
I don't know. And how many people are open about it?
How many people open about it? Yes, exactly. How many people open about it? Call कीजिएगा 408-912-7 की. क्या आपको मालूम है? And yes, there are so many cases. हमारी दीपा जी ने एक्चुअली बताया था कि बहुत सारे केसेस है जो देख रही हैं, and she wanted to bring attention to this. Very good दीपा जी, thank you bring it right now. चलो आज बातें हो जाए. and दीपा जी come on, आप भी आज ना वीडियो कॉल कर ही दो यार, कर ही दो. बिफोर विभा कॉल्स आप कॉल कर ही दो. आप लोगों का कॉम्पिटिशन है, मुझे मालूम है कौन कॉल करेगा फर्स्ट बोल के. कर ही दो. 408-912-7. क्या बोलते फातरानी?
Yes, sir.
तो आपका राय फातरानी जी, आपका राय आज के टॉपिक के ऊपर?
मेरा राय क्या है आल्तो बाबा? आई जस्ट थिंक यू नो हम लोग ये जो एक्टर लोग होते हैं, a lot of times we kind of idolize them, right? बहुत सारे लोग सोचते हैं वाह इनका क्या लाइफस्टाइल हो सकता है.
हम लोग आइडल बेटे तो उनको आइडलाइज करेंगे ना हम लोग. हम लोग आइडल बेटे हैं तो उनको आइडलाइज करेंगे ना हम लोग.
हाँ, तो हम लोगों को लगता है कि यू नो दे आर उनका लाइफ कितना मज़ेदार है, राइट? यू नो ग्लैमर भरित. दे प्रोबेबली यू नो दैट दे डोंट हैव एनीथिंग दैट देयर यू नो एनी स्ट्रेसर्स. पैसा है, कैमरा है, लोग प्यार करते हैं उनको इतना जोरदार, राइट? यू नो
जोरदार, यस,
ऑल दैट स्टफ. बट देन देयर सो मेनी things that we don't realize because the frailty of the human ego and the human mind is so much.
Frailty, वाह क्या शब्द यूज किया आपने, वंडरफुल. फ्रेलिटी
कि
ह्यूमन ईगो.
हाँ, तो हमें ऐसा लगता है कि oh my god, you know it can easily be broken. तो we're talking about those things that kind of cause that duress and the things that cause that stress, Manjan, in our Bollywood actors as well, because after all they are also human just like you and me.
क्या बात कर रहे हैं, very well put. Again same thing. नमस्कार, आपका हाथ स्वागत है PAMPAM के मेंटल हेल्थ मानसिक संतुलन मंगलवार में. Who's this? हेलो हेलो
हेलो,
कौन है जो
फोन लगाया? हेलो, अनम्यूट करिए अपने आप को और हमारे साथ बात करिए. हेलो PAMPAM, who's this? विल अच्छा, आपको यहाँ पे क्या ये फ्लश क्यों कर दिया आलतू?
फ्लश किया ताकि कचरा सब निकल जाए और यू नो it will be clear line people to call right now. Don't worry, हमने क्लिनिक्स लगा दिया अभी.
या सो आपको यहाँ पे कॉल करना है मंजन 408-912-2479.
हेलो नमस्कार, वेलकम टू मानसिक संतुलन मंगलवार. Who's this? हेलो, आपका आवाज नहीं आ रहा है.
आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है. कौन बात कर रहे हैं? ये तुम्हारा फिर से रोग शुरू हो गया क्या आलतू बाबा?
रोग?
हाँ, ये फोन लाइन का रोग.
क्या बात है फालतू?
हो सकता है आलतू बाबा,
हो भी सकता है, नहीं भी.
हाँ
चलो.
okay.
हेलो,
तो आपको हमारे व्हाट्सएप नंबर पे कॉल करना है मनुजान 408 एक्चुअली 832-8881. अगेन 408-832-8881. there's a number. हेलो PAMPAM, कौन है जी? I think there's a problem with your lines, आलतू बाबा.
Oh, my lines.
हाँ, या कोई तेरे को तेरे चाहने वाले माशुकाएं या आशिक जो भी है.
बहुत लोग हैं फातवानी.
हाँ.
वैसे तो बहुत लोग हैं. तू जलती रहती है ऑलवेज.
या तो आपको
जलते हैं किसके लिए. हेलो नमस्कार. नहीं, पीपल आर ट्राइंग टू, हमारा फोन लाइन का प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है बंदूजन, डोंट वरी अबाउट दैट, आप बस कॉल करो, हम आपको भी फिट कर देंगे. बट फालतू नहीं, लेट्स आस्क आवर बंदूज टू कॉल अस ऑन आवर व्हाट्सएप नंबर. व्हाट डू यू थिंक?
ओके.
अरे अभी कोई कॉल किया था, क्या हुआ?
आपको 408
हाँ.
832 8881 पे कॉल करना है मुझे.
हाँ.
408 832 8881 इस नंबर पे कॉल
कुछ
करना
लोग
है.
बहुत छात्र है, हमें कॉल करेंगे, वॉइस कॉल करेंगे व्हाट्सएप पे भी, वीडियो कॉल नहीं करेंगे. नमस्ते,
okay.
कैसे हैं आप? ओ किधर
तुम्हारा
गया?
हेलो पैम पैम, कौन है जी?
मालूम नहीं, वो भी कट गया. लेट्स ट्राई दिस नंबर. हेलो, नमस्कार, हु इज दिस?
पैम पैम.
हाँ, तो काम ही कर रहा है वादो नहीं, हमारा फोन लाइन तो काम कर रहा है.
हाँ, उनका जो कॉल कर रहे थे उनका शायद म्यूट है बटन.
अच्छा, उनका शायद बीट है, बिकॉज वो प्रॉब्ली. आप विभा जी कैसे हैं आप? हैं?
ये सिर्फ पैम पैम आया आलतू बाबा, मैं कह रही हूँ कोई प्रॉब्लम है, मैं ट्राई करेगी 1 मिनट.
तू करेगा 1 मिनट, ओके, करती रहे तू फालतू नहीं. एंड ऑफ भजन, रुकावट के लिए खेद है, हम लोग फिर से एक बार ट्राई करेंगे ताकि सब कुछ क्लियर हो जाए. डू गिव अस अ कॉल बैक 408-912-779, ताकि किसी ने बोला कि मैंने 3 बार ट्राई किया, नॉट ऑन म्यूट बोल रहा है. दीपा जी, थैंक यू सो मच. फिर से एक बार ट्राई कीजिएगा हमारे लिए, एंड वी विल सी. आपका व्हाट्सएप हमारा नंबर आ रहा था, मालूम नहीं क्या हुआ, फिर से कट गया था. बट प्लीज डू गिव अस अ कॉल 408-912-2479, and let's see if our bandus can actually dial in right now. We will have to just make sure that the lines are coming clearly here. Hello, hi, welcome to the PAMPAM show.
पैम पैम, आलतू बाबा.
कैसे हैं आप? Can you hear us? Okay, I only am getting the first one. So do call us on the other line if you don't mind, because लगता है हमारा फोन लाइन का प्रॉब्लम चल रहा है अभी. We only could hear you, Vibhaji. I don't know if you're able to hear us. We were able to hear the first few seconds of your call, and then it gets disconnected for some reason. Probably it's our phone line issues. Sorry about that. Do give us a call back. So anyways, फालतू नहीं, अभी हम लोग देखेंगे कि हमारे बंधु लोग जो हमें कॉल कर रहे हैं, आर दे कॉलिंग अस ऑन, द थिंग इज अ क्वेश्चन. देखो, ये देखो, हाँ, ये हमने एक्सेप्ट किया है. फोन नहीं आ रहा है, फालतू नहीं. वी सीम टू बी हैविंग एन इश्यू विद द फोन लाइंस राइट नाउ, बट लेट अस सी. देखो, आ गया, एक और आ गया. हाँ, फोन उठाया हमने. हेलो, हाय, कैन यू हियर अस? समथिंग रॉन्ग, फालतू नहीं.
तो बंदीजान, नो वरीज, जब तक हमारा ये तकनीकी डिफिकल्टी जो है वो सुधर जाए तब तक मैं आपके साथ वार्तालाप करूंगी. एंड आई एम गोइंग टू बी, हाय पैम पैम, हु इज दिस?
हेलो पैम पैम.
हाय पैम पैम, कैन यू हियर अस दीपा? सी, आलतू बाबा, इट्स सडनली डिसअपियरिंग.
या तो जब तक आप बात करेंगे मैं चेक करूंगा ना.
तो दीपा जी, आप हमें जो हमारा ऑडियो व्हाट्सएप कॉल है वहां पे कॉल कर सकते हैं. आई डोंट नो इफ यू कैन हियर अस. अरे, वो क्या हो रहा है? तो
हेलो.
हाँ, नमस्ते,
हेलो?
कैसे हैं आप?
हाँ जी, मैं ठीक हूँ. आप कैसे हो?
फर्स्ट क्लास. आप एक्चुअली ऑन एयर राइट नाउ. आपने ट्राई किया था, तो
Oh.
इसलिए आप वापस में हमने आपके लिए करंट किया हुआ है.
ओह, थैंक यू. हाँ, मैंने लाइक 10-20 बार ट्राई किया है.
हाँ, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर दैट. सॉरी, वी सीम टू हैव अ फोन लाइन प्रॉब्लम्स.
नहीं,
जब भी
नहीं,
आप
ठीक,
कॉल
ठीक.
करते हो, जब हम उठाते हैं तो कहीं पे तो कोई तो फोन काट रहा
क्या?
था वहां पे.
हाँ,
What?
हाँ हाँ, नहीं, आप नहीं, हमारे यहाँ पे कोई बैठ के हमारा एक फोन लाइन पकड़ के बैठे हैं, जो आराम से काट रहे वहां पे.
Oh my God.
मैं सोचा था क्या हो रहा है, इधर भी उधर. नाउ आई डोंट नो. हाँ, बट फोन लाइंस का इश्यू हो रहा है, बट विल ट्राई टू फिक्स इट फॉर श्योर. थोड़ा वेट कीजिएगा. नमस्कार, हेलो, वेलकम.
हेलो.
हाँ, कैसे हैं दीपा जी?
क्या? पैम पैम दीपा.
नहीं, आई थिंक फोन लाइन इज हैविंग एन इश्यू, बट आप बातें करो, बिकॉज वी जस्ट ऑन द व्हाट्सएप लाइन राइट नाउ.
Yeah.
दीपा जी, हो सके तो व्हाट्सएप पे कॉल कीजिएगा, बिकॉज वी सीम टू हैव अ फोन लाइन इश्यू. थैंक यू.
Okay.
ऑलराइट. विभा, आपने कॉल किया तो इतनी देर से आप ट्राई कर रहे थे, तो बताइए कि क्या बताने वाली हैं आप विद रिगार्ड टू मानसिक संतुलन मंगलवार या मेंटल हेल्थ मंडेज. व्हाट डू यू वांट टू शेयर?
Well, I think firstly I wanted to say I didn't know that those two were divorced. I mean, I did know that, you know, there was like marital discord and she would spend a lot of time at her parents' home, but I didn't know that they were actually divorced.
Oh,
Well, I
really?
think it's so, yeah.
Neither did I. I had no idea that they were
Yeah.
divorced.
See,
Yeah.
I am the person who gives you all these news, huh?
Yeah, आप ही हो, great. हाँ, आप ही ने news दी है. Um, but I mean, basically, if we're just specifically talking about this topic, then all I would say is that if there was that much unhappiness or discord in their marriage, then I think uh, life can be very long. So it's okay. And if the family is not happy, like what Altu Baba was saying, that they're probably under a lot of stress right now. But I don't know, do you not think that they're probably happy that maybe their daughter is,
No,
I don't know,
I am not talking.
relatively
I'm
happy?
sorry. I want to bring this thing. Sorry, everybody. I didn't mean to
Huh.
say we are not going to comment about them. We are talking about the fact
uh,
that mental health, how
huh,
much
huh.
of it is an impact out there in terms of are they recognizing it all in the first place? I was trying. I only brought the case
Oh,
up saying that we don't know many things what we don't know, right?
sure,
हाँ
sure.
तो हमें who are we to comment about their life of their thing it's their thing but also recognize the fact that yes there is जो दिखता है doesn't mean that always has to be hunky dory it's not always glitter and gold right
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so
I mean,
what
real
I,
life is yeah,
yeah
not
so correct so
smooth.
because we know a lot of cases where we finally found out there were a lot of suicides happening in the
Yeah,
industry right
yeah.
and we are trying to see as whether एक तो है कि do we recognize that as the actors are also human beings because sometimes we put some
Correct.
expectation on them we're crazy they're walking on sea we make cat calls at them we do all those things go ask for selfies from them go on
True.
and invade their personal space
Correct.
Well,
Correct.
so the
Correct.
question is do you think there is the awareness for this particular mental health in the industry
I think it's really great that some big names. Well, I mean, the person who I can think of really is Deepika Padukone. Talking about her depression. I think that's really good because I think when people see somebody as awesome as she is or as famous as she is, then if they are also struggling with mental health, then I don't know, but I feel like then the likelihood of other people speaking about it is higher. So um, I'm sure there's awareness, but are people, openly going to talk about it, or should they? Yeah, they should. They should talk about it because when you come out in the open and you talk about these things, you don't know how many other people you might be helping out. It kind of is like a domino effect where one person हिम्मत करके आता है, जैसे जो मी टू मूवमेंट सेम थिंग राइट. एक पर्सन हिम्मत करके आता है, फिर बाकी लोग भी आते हैं कि look, I'm also human, I'm also struggling, these are my problems, but since I have reached out or opened up, I feel things can get better for people who are having mental health issues. And sadly in this day and age, it's a lot of people, even those people who have that smile plastered on their face and they just always seem, oh, you're so happy bubbly person, but inside a lot of those faces or those people are also struggling. I mean,
thank you
just चलो बॉलीवुड तो है ही, पर हॉलीवुड में कितने एग्जांपल्स हैं इस टाइप के
अरे हॉलीवुड की बात कर रहे हो यहाँ पे हमारे
What?
बेवुड
अरे
में भी है ना
हाँ, that's why मैंने सिर्फ हॉलीवुड बस एक सेंटेंस बोलना
हेलो
था
एक्सक्यूज
about
मी
हॉलीवुड.
हमारे भी है ना
हाँ.
हम भी है ना यहाँ पे व्हाट आर यू टॉकिंग अबाउट हमारे आई एम आल्सो बबली फेस
हॉलीवुड बॉलीवुड छोड़ो, आलतू बाबा बोल रहा है बेवुड में भी है बबली फेस.
बेवुड
हाँ,
बबली.
बेवुड.
अरे नहीं, हमारा हाल तो अब तो मतलब खुश मिजाज बंदा है.
हाँ
And
देखा
हमेशा आप दोनों खुश रहो,
हाँ
स्माइल करते रहो. You guys are fabulous.
So you think that you're thinking that actually, are you saying that actually the artists and all they hide their all those what do you call that their
Their
pain
trauma.
their pain is what you're saying
They
okay
I think they do. And a lot of it is because of the, sadly, especially in our community, it's the stigma attached to that. Generally, oh, इसको this person is depressed, okay, एक ही खिताब मिलता है, पागल है. This
No,
person has,
no.
I
Do you
don't know,
think that
bipolar, पागल है. this person is schizophrenic, pagal hai. People don't really, try to understand what might be going on. And people to chodo, tumhari apni family bhi doesn't want a distant family or, close relatives. They don't want to, they disinterested, man. So when things like that are happening, how difficult would it be for an individual, khas karke ek star, to come out and say, hey, this is what I'm struggling with, and let's talk about it, let's do something so that we can raise awareness, and it's not like a dhabba or or blot on them or their career, because we're all human, we all have those things going on with us. But opening up, talking, especially to your inner circle or people you trust.
Yeah, because
it
she's
will
very
benefit
good.
everyone.
You bring a very good point. Valtari, probably the reason why Indian cinema artists or whatever is that they come out, they hide all these things because probably they feel that they will be perceived as broken.
Well,
I don't know.
I don't know if they'll be perceived as broken or not, but one thing for sure, I have come across कि आज बहुत सारा अवेयरनेस है with regard to this, and लोगों का ये बस यही issue है, not that they're broken, बोलते अरे यार झमेला किसको चाहिए. The one of the things that poses as a huge barrier to people hiring people with mental health issues, or even for that matter with disabilities, right? जो लोग कहते हैं कि अरे लोगों को patience नहीं है at the end of the day, कि और tolerance नहीं है कि that we don't want to be working, and I think at the same time काफ़ी सारे लोगों को एक किस्म की मतलब क्या कहते हैं
it's like a generalization, Faltu Rani, ke people who are disabled or people who are depressed, it's too complicated to handle.
You're bringing in a very different thing onto this thing, because when you say disabled, different issue. But I'm saying that mental health also is considered to be disability.
Yes.
Or rather,
yes.
Let me rephrase that. So basically, like for instance, right? So physical health may, when you want to do, like, you're not in good shape, right? You can go
Right.
exercise, right? My point is there enough resources do you think there are resources for our Indian cinema artists, especially the artists, to be able to go and exercise their mind? Because it seems like there's so much of competition in the place. See, if you look at it, right, I feel very sorry for them. Thank you, Vibha, for bringing it up, actually. And yes, please, Sundareka, we'll talk more about these things. And I think Deepa is waiting in line to get on the call also. I will get her in this, because unfortunately I have to only take one at a time. I can't conference this time around.
No problem. No problem. This is a very important topic. I'm glad you're talking about it.
She is Deepa is saying who's the actor or who's the actress who or whoever is affected by industry pressure. You said Deepika Padukone, right? That's what you said.
You know what, Faltu Rani, just real quick before Deepa comes on, I just want to say, I think probably a lot of people are impacted, but we just know of a handful who have actually come out and talked about it. It is a very extremely high stress environment to be in. Competition, jealousy, fighting, relationships. So I think there are many aspects, and I don't think we can say कि एक दो लोग हैं, बहुत सारे लोग होंगे. And it could be varying degrees of pressure or stress or mental health issues. But how can it not impact a lot of people and just गिने चुने लोग? No. So anyway, that's my take on it. अब सुनते हैं दीपा का input, but great topic.
Thank you so much. And of course, sunte rahiyega, we'll have other bandhus joining us as well. So the number today is slightly different, Bandhujan. 408-832-8881. This number pe aapko call karna hai. You have to do a WhatsApp video call. Alternatively, you can also do a WhatsApp audio call. You can also do a FaceTime, right? Or
yeah.
FaceTime audio call or video call. And the number is 408-832-8881. 8881 अगेन 408-832-8881 ये है आपके लिए स्टूडियो का नंबर आज 408-832-8881 इनफैक्ट हमारी दसबंधु ऑन एयर ऑलरेडी
Yeah.
ओके हेलो पैम पैम कौन है जी
Finally, oh हे भगवान.
आपने बुलाया?
हाँ, क्या?
नहीं, sorry, क्या कुछ बोला? I thought you called.
हे आलतू बाबा देखो,
हाँ.
ये मानसिक संतुलन छोड़ो, ये सब फोन लाइन संतुलन बिगड़ गए थे आज.
So true. I agree with you on this.
हाँ, क्योंकि जब भी मैं कॉल कर रही हूँ,
हाँ.
कॉल इज गोइंग थ्रू, मैं गा रही हूँ and you guys are not able to listen. मैं गा रही हूँ.
oh
No, but actually, now what's happening very interesting is I don't know. I'm going to check on it because buffering कुछ हो रहा है. I don't know what's happening there because we can hear you say first pam pam, and then बाद में वो 2-3 सेकंड के बाद खत्म हो जा रहा है.
हाँ, नहीं अभी मैं कॉल की थी ना, you added me because Vibha was talking.
Yeah.
मैं उसकी बात से सुनी,
Oh, you
पूरे
could
2
hear.
मिनट सुन पाई, बाद में मैं कट हो गया.
Oh, okay. So that's what it is. So let me fix that part of it. But anyway, thank you so much for calling us. And of course, ये देखो आज आपका ही ना mental health
हाँ.
मानसिक संतुलन मंगलवार.
Yes.
खुश हैं ना आप?
You know, it
खुश
all
तो
started like कल मेरा फीड पे एक ऐसे ही मतलब ऐसे ही I was browsing through something and ये फीड आया like you know ना pam 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 गाना.
हाँ.
The famous actor from the fame of कर्ज, Raj Kiran, उसका feed आया and you know and how he is like absolutely disappeared from the industry.
Correct.
को पता नहीं, he apparently he was very close with Rishi Kapoor and सुनने में ये आया as per the latest he is still missing and nobody knows where he is. It is so sad.
You know, yesterday you brought up a particular movie into consideration, right? मासूम आपने बोला था ना, 90s में आया था ना.
हाँ.
उसमें जो हीरो था उसका नाम क्या था बताइए फिर से?
Indra Kumar.
Indra Kumar.
Yes.
Wasn't he the person also who actually succumbed to mental health issues?
नहीं,
He was a good friend of Salman Khan, right?
Cardiac arrest. No, but yeah, he did die of a cardiac arrest.
Oh.
Yes, he was under some thoda
But you
depression
know-
में था, but he was not like completely gone. And when he was depressed, that's when Salman Khan helped him in couple
Correct.
of movies. Actually,
No, but the
yes.
thing is,
But-
what I'm saying is why see देखो ये मानसिक संतुलन ये mental health के ऊपर focus जो भी है ना, it became
Yes.
vocal only in this millennia. Previous millennia में, no, 90s में nobody talked about it, yeah. And this gentleman actually supposedly, you never know because mental health also will lead to other physical things, right? So you never know what would have happened
वही
with
हुआ
him.
ना आल्तू बाबा, वही ये जो राज किरण, he was so good looking, like very good looking. He did have some hit movies. He was cute actually. तो उसने बाद में I think he did.
he's
some
still
character
alive
roles
Deepa
also.
he's still alive
He is.
yeah
No, she
नहीं,
said that he
हम
his
लोग death
feed
की
came up.
बात
She
नहीं
said.
कर रहे, वही मैं बोल रही हूँ ना.
हाँ.
We are not talking about death. We are talking about how he succumbed to the competition and pressure. तो उसको movies नहीं मिले and his family also didn't support him as there was a time like you know. तो वो missing हो गया. तो अभी भी वो मिसिंग है, पता नहीं कहाँ पे है.
उसका ना दीपा actually he's supposed to have suffered from acute depression because he was not getting films in Bollywood, and then at some point he kind of was admitted to a mental asylum because of his severe. And you know, another thing is a lot of people don't realize addiction is also a form of a mental health issue.
Yeah. Even addiction to phone also.
Addiction, drugs, alcohol, and a lot of people turn to the bottle, right? Many people, and he was admitted to several different asylums, and then he kind of disappeared and he fell off the face of this earth, it seems. And then Deepthi Naval saw him in America
wow.
driving a taxi several years later, apparently in the year 20.
नहीं पलतरानी, वो मैंने वही पढ़ा कल. दीप्ति ने नहीं देखा. Somebody saw and reported because Deepthi and only Deepthi and Rishi Kapoor were best friends, it seems, from the industry. सिर्फ वो दो लोग उनके टच में थे. तो उन्होंने फेसबुक पे डायरेक्टली लिख दिया कि if you guys know anywhere spot this guy,
you can report. तो किसी ने उनको बोला,
नहीं,
but वो भी सच नहीं हुआ, it seems.
apparently this is Deepthi Nadar. What I'm reading is that Deepthi Neville saw him here and she brought it up with Rishi Kapoor, and Rishi Kapoor actually had people look for him and dig out where he is, and they found out that he is actually in a mental institution in the United States. So he's somewhere here and he's in a mental institution is what they're saying. So I don't know. As far as I know, you have to be in a very serious condition to be in a mental institution. In the United States, at least, if you have to be institutionalized, it has to be something that is acute. Like, if there's major self-harm and major...
Yeah, his whole family is here, apparently. His brother and his wife, and he has 2 kids. तो वो इंडिया में साई बाबा फुटपर्ती में था. That in the beginning he joined there, it seems. Okay, he joined in the beginning when this started. When he didn't get movies and his family में भी उसको थोड़ी मतलब पता नहीं ना, you have this ego and you have the pride of being in a limelight. It's such a bad thing. Like once you taste that फेम, बाद में शायद सब लोग वो हैंडल नहीं कर पाते when you get down from that top position or whatever success position. I would rather say. तो फिर वो फुटपर्ती में भी there was some incident. Then his brother got him here. So it's so sad ना कि अभी वही लिखा था एंड में वो आर्टिकल में. I was like, इतना मुझे बुरा लगा because Rishi Kapoor was actively looking because he has the power and he has the people, money, सब. अभी वो भी नहीं रहे तो अभी कौन उसके I mean it's done. So that's what the end of the article said, and like I was like, oh my god, so sad. We are living in such a sad state of affairs. People के पास बकवास फॉरवर्ड सब देखने के लिए टाइम है, लेकिन you don't like what you mentioned, फालतूरानी. बाकी जो चीजें मायने रखती है उनके लिए टाइम नहीं है लोगों के पास.
Correct. And I think one of the most important things is Deepa, हम लोग इतना बोल सकते हैं actually, to an extent there's a lot of awareness, but there's also, okay, you can say that you're depressed and you're anxious. It's not something that goes away by swallowing a pill. It's something that's a practice that needs to be made over time. It's a complete lifestyle change. जैसे मोटापे को कम करने के लिए you can go get whatever liposuction, blah blah blah, all that stuff done, right?
Really?
Or you could like do this crash diet and lose weight.
Oh, really?
But then if you don't do like a if you don't maintain a healthy lifestyle, anything, right? Physical.
Even that won't happen overnight. ऐसे बोलते हैं, बोलने के लिए दिखा advertisement में बोलते हैं.
Correct.
In and out ऐसा नहीं होता.
I think the biggest thing is why I feel they are more vulnerable to all these mental health issues is because their life is dependent upon other people's liking them.
Yes.
The biggest problem is that to be likable, the things people do, which takes you into a different loop. पहले अपने आप को like करो, then everything else follow through.
The approval of people. Oh my God, that
that's
kind
so
of
bad,
job
right?
is so hard actually.
See, I don't expect approval from Deepa at all anyways. So not that you give it to me, Deepa, it's still okay.
Oh Lord,
अरे बोला ना, yes बोला, और कितना yes बोलूंगी मैं.
किसके लिए? इसके लिए क्या?
Okay, let me ask you, do you know about this one particular actress who I think is pretty she is quite pretty, and she is
yes, I know whom you are talking about.
Who are you talking about?
Who?
Mamta Kulkarni.
No.
Hey, Mamta
I'm
Kulkarni
talking
become Asta
about
Kulkarni.
this actress there is a mental health condition called body dysmorphic disorder, where you perceive yourself as being ugly. You look at yourself, even if
Ananya
you're skinny.
Pandey.
Even if you're skinny, you feel like as if you're not skinny, you're too fat, and they force themselves into starvation. They force themselves to vomit or puke or whatever.
You're talking about Anu Agarwal?
No.
Ananya Pandey.
No, this actress is actually a very successful actress from the
Kriti
south.
Sanon.
Okay.
Oh.
No.
Oh, I know who this is. I know who. Ileana de Cruz.
Yes, Ileana de Cruz.
Yeah. This came
okay.
out sometime. But even this, right? If you notice, she came out with this thing only after she was retiring from the industry.
Right.
Never talked about it while she was in the peak of her career.
Yeah.
And
लेकिन वो अभी थी, I mean, she's not depressed or anything, ना?
नहीं, it's
No.
okay.
She
Okay,
has. See. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Depression is only one of the conditions. Nah? This is also mental challenges, right?
Yeah.
It might lead to it,
Yeah,
but
it is not
thing is,
only me.
yeah.
So it is it's a combination of many things, right? It's anxiety, it's depression, it's the major depressive disorder, and she has this body dysmorphic disorder. And it's not like ki chala gaya. It's a condition. It's
Yeah.
something that
You live
you're
your
having.
entire life.
Yeah, you live with it your entire life. You can't just say, okay, snap out of it, get up. And do something. There are many of us who say that to people who are going through anxiety or depression. Sometimes people will use terms very loosely. Oh, I have OCD about this. I have anxiety about this. No, you don't. Because for somebody who has obsessive compulsive disorder, their whole, imagine, I mean, for them it is so it's almost like revolting in their system. They cannot function if something is not the way it's supposed to be, or if it's like
जब वो बात, I mean, especially only about OCD में बोल सकती हूँ, शायद थोड़ा level of OCD हो सकता है ना फालतू रानी, like in a little bit particular.
So I was listening to this interview on NPR one time, and they talked about how they use the term retard, right? Even for people, they say, "Oh, are you retarded or what?" It's actually offensive when you use a term like OCD. I'm so OCD. I'm sort of like OCD. There's no sort of like OCD. The person actually talked about this. Imagine if you were visualizing a bunch of ants or germs crawling up your hand and your body. That's the way you feel when you feel like, there are people who are germophobes, bolte hai, right? Who are very scared of this thing. And why they are OCD, why they, they hesitate to touch go into public restrooms, why they're so scared to do that. They said, the person talked about how mentally debilitating and how heartbreaking it is for them to deal with every single thing. Like this, every single step of the way, if they have to overcome that, it's so hard. So that's what they talk about, why it is not something as simple as saying, oh, I have a level of OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, actually means that they cannot function when without getting help for that particular condition, is what that gentleman was saying. And I heard a bunch of other people. There was a forum actually that was going on. So that's why even when people say, oh, I'm kind of depressed, yes, I'm sad, but when you go into a depression, all of us go through sad phases, right? Like Altu Baba always says, it's the thing about bouncing back up the trough. What is that? The troughs and the crests, right?
Yeah, so you need to have happiness and you have to have sadness both in life.
Right.
It's not me just saying it. Many people said it. Even Joseph Campbell said it.
Yeah.
So in other words, when you actually are in depression, you require to have happiness to pull you out. When you're in happiness, you got to have depression to pull you down. So in other words, the only state of mind which you have to be in right now is a peaceful state of mind.
लेकिन एक चीज है, it doesn't go away, you can it is a lifestyle choice and a lifestyle change. जो हमारा mental framework है उसको change करना पड़ेगा, because all of this, again coming back to mental health, sometimes I wonder कि is this वो जो माया कहते हैं, right? It's all manufacturing of our own mind.
Yeah,
My
same
God,
thing happened
Faltoni.
with Pooja Kulkarni, and also
Who's that?
Pooja Kulkarni Fatwani.
Who's Pooja Kulkarni? I don't know who Pooja Kulkarni is.
Pooja
Heg-
right, उसका नाम.
हाँ.
Yeah, Pooja Kulkarni only.
Pooja Kulkarni.
गोली वाली लड़की फालतू रानी.
Mamta Kulkarni.
Mamta Kulkarni, what the hell?
What happened to her?
She's become Asta Kulkarni. What are you talking about? She went to
But
say
I thought she got into trouble, na Deepa?
Yeah, she got into trouble.
अरे सुनो ना, अरे देखो. Come on, why? Just because जो कुछ भी थोड़े movies दे किए हैं, like for her that was a big deal, right?
Yeah.
So because she came from a very orthodox family, against all the ऑल द पीपल्स विल्स, पेरेंट्स को भी पसंद नहीं था वो मूवी में जाने के लिए.
Uh-huh.
तो टू ब्रेक दैट शी वांटेड टू, शी डिड सम मूवीज.
Uh-huh.
तो एंड शी डिड विथ वो टाइम पे सब हिट हीरोज के साथ, सबके साथ एक एक मूवी उसने किया, जैसे
Correct.
ट्विंकल खन्ना ने किया. तो बाद में एकदम से उसको फिर मूवीज नहीं मिलने लगे. शी वेंट इनटू डिप्रेशन. कुछ ये भी हुआ, थोड़ा धोखा भी हुआ उसको किसी के साथ, शायद पता नहीं, लव फेलियर दिस एंड दैट ना. तो शी बिकेम अ कंप्लीट सन्यासी. उसने बोला भी एक लॉन्ग टाइम अगो शी गेव अ small interview, and now she's in some Himachal Pradesh, some ashram. She's staying there for quite a maybe 10 years now. So she's just there.
She got involved in a huge drug issue,
Yeah.
and she was actually arrested.
Tadi par kariya
And
usko.
she tried
That
to.
was Monica Falturani.
No, it's Mamta Kulkarni.
Mamta Kulkarni, man. She's
It's she actually got arrested for a ephedrine drug case, and in the Thane, this was part of a 2,000 crore probe that they had done, this particular case, and the guy who was accused his name was Vicky Goswami.
Goswami. And he ran away. She ran away with him to Dubai, actually.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
And then she came back and she says,
She settled in Kenya, finally.
yeah, she says that what she claimed was her sister has mental health issues. उसके treatment के लिए उसको ये करना पड़ा with Vicky Goswami because she needed the money. That is what she
Yeah.
claimed. She made a plea
Okay.
कि उसको bail चाहिए and she needs to be, that they need to let her go and all that stuff. So she technically she never said that she had any issues in terms of.
नहीं, मैंने इंटरव्यू देखा था, थोड़ा देखा था वो. तो उसमें उसने बोला है शी वाज इन आश्रम एंड शी इज कंप्लीटली, देखेंगे तो पता भी नहीं चलेगा.
Yeah, she's become Asta Kulkarni. Yeah, you're right.
and,
Devotional Kulkarni.
yeah, and also what you said, हाँ वो सब सच हो सकता है definitely.
No, actually, you know what happened? I tell you.
Drugs में भी लोग तभी जाते हैं ना when you are like under
No,
stress.
Deepa, the point is she became spiritual, you know why? Because of Vicky Goswami. Because Vicky Goswami, she became Swami.
Huh? What stuff he comes up with? God. Anyway,
Yeah.
But good, yeah. I think, these discussions happening. No, the thing is, if we talk about our show, right, in Bollywood start talking about it. In fact, we should actually have more people come out and say, I'm having these issues.
right,
Because Indian culture में हम लोग सब mask कर देते हैं, right?
correct.
Yes.
In fact, जो हमने अभी बात किया ये body dysmorphic disorder के बारे में, and Ileana D'Cruz. See, look at these people. These are people who are like, who we think, वाह कितने glamorous है, कितने glitzy हैं. There was one other person. If you actually go back, na Deepa, think about the time of when this person actually battled a lot of addiction issues, battled openly. He has come out and said that he battled depression finally, and then he had issues with abandonment and addiction and things like that. But he's who do you think it is? He was a product of two very superstars of Indian cinema, and he himself actually had a lot of hit movies.
Deepa.
अक्षय खन्ना?
No.
Deepa.
No.
Superstars. I mean, his parents were like.
बोलो तो Deepa.
What?
Yeah.
बोलो तो Deepa.
Huh. Who do you think it is? The original.
Of course, yeah. The original bhai, Munna bhai.
Munna Bhai, yeah, exactly. Sanjay Dutt actually battled depression, he battled addiction, he battled a lot of issues with alcoholism, drug addiction, and repeated bouts of hospitalization and rehab for him. So it is a mental health issue, and somebody was just talking about that it can be heartbreaking. I mean, but honestly, I think unless people are also going to talk about, not just talk about ki, I live with depression. Actually, Shraddha Kapoor came out and said that she said there's nothing like it'll go away. It's not something that you say, okay, I have to battle anxiety. She said the most important thing is acceptance and then learning to work around it. and to learning to
and learn to live with it. I mean, how to live with it.
correct, exactly. And she actually I think that was the best part is when you don't make a hoo-ha about it. Yeah, you do make a hoo-ha, which is like our Deepika ji was the one. I think that's why everybody remembers Deepika, okay, because she said, oh, I'm depressed and all that stuff. But there are other
Which
many
was kind of anyway, that's the whole different topic.
propaganda, PR.
Yep.
Yes.
तो
Yes.
इतना मतलब जो लोग हैं genuinely उनके बारे में मतलब अभी हम लोग on top of our mind हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं जो याद आ रहे हैं, ठीक है.
Yeah.
But there are so many, like just now अभी आलतू बाबा ने बोला इंद्र कुमार, ऐसे टाइम 90s 80s बहुत सारे ऐसे fell through the crack.
Yeah.
पता नहीं वो लोग कहाँ पे क्या कर रहे हैं, like genuinely we don't know, like ठीक है 10 मूवी करो 5 मूवी करो, but still like not everybody recovers from that,
Yep.
Correct. And I think the most important thing to remember is कि उसको crutch की तरह use नहीं करना चाहिए. It's important to be able to accept it, and उसको कैसे मतलब how do you live with it and how do you live around it? How do you make sure that you make certain lifestyle changes that जैसे आलतू ने पहले बोला ना कि when your sense of validation comes from the outside world, right? And
Hallelujah.
Yeah, when your locus of control is given to the external world, there's never going to be a moment when you're happy.
Yeah.
क्या
Because-
beautiful word फालतूरानी.
Yeah, क्या?
You said locust of
Locust नहीं, locus.
Locus of control, right?
You're architect, you
very
should know.
nice. I had a बहुत सुंदर word use
Oh, thank you. So वो अगर तुम बाहर के लोगों से अपना validation मांगते हो या you are seeking that from there, you automatically you're setting yourself up for disappointment and you're setting yourself up for failure. लेकिन अगर तुम्हारा locus of control, and it's hard, especially in a world where as South Asians हम लोगों को सिखाया जाता है कि दुनिया क्या सोचेगी, लोग क्या कहेंगे,
yeah,
right? So
since the childhood, हाँ,
right,
पड़ोसी क्या कहेंगे.
correct. So I think most importantly people need to also realize कि it's not just पड़ोसी क्या कहेंगे, पड़ोसी जो कह रहे हैं अपने आप को भी सोचना चाहिए कि हम भी क्या कहेंगे अपने बारे में.
So sweet of you.
Right? No, but people, there's a ulta take. I've actually come across this in a lot of teens as well. It's all about me. It's like, oh, I don't care. I don't give two hoots about what anybody else says. It's me. I need to take care of myself. Self-care बोले तो doesn't mean that you don't care about anybody else. Correct?
Yes.
So,
नहीं फालतूरानी, I think वो rebellious करके आ गए आजकल के दुनिया में. Like what we grew up like that, right? कि लोग क्या कहेंगे, तो contradictory करके अभी ये शुरू हो गया.
correct.
Too much selfishness शुरू हो गया अभी.
हाँ, the world has become very selfish. नहीं, although you should give them that story,
I
that
don't
thing
know.
that you give some.
Self-centered.
नहीं.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, all because Salman Khan actually.
What was
He
it?
said no, थोड़ा selfish हो जा.
हाँ, correct.
सलमान खान ने क्या बोल दिया, सब लोग सेल्फिश हो गए. यार
सोच रही थी क्या हो गया अभी.
selfish हो जा रे. What's that song?
Yeah.
Deepa, what
Yeah,
song is that?
there's a horrendous song called Selfish Hoke.
हाँ.
You've not heard that song?
Deepa, Salman Khan song.
Oh Lord, you've not heard it, Deepa. You got to listen
Kick
to
3 में है ना?
Hey,
I
Kick
know,
3,
I know,
Race
I
3,
Race 3 में.
3.
But everything is a kick anyways. Yeah, the song, Deepa. Selfish हो जा रे.
Okay, अपने लिए जियो ना.
हाँ.
That song.
This song, Deepa. You can hear it right now.
Hello?
Hello,
Can you hear us?
Yes, we
Yeah.
can. You are playing that song?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
playing it for you.
For you especially.
क्या कर रहा है आलतू?
I'm trying to play the song. एक बार बेबे selfish होके अपने लिए जियो ना.
Sung by his very own, I don't know,
His
girlfriend,
own,
whatever it
not
is.
girlfriend.
Julia Vantur.
Long tour, yeah. But thing is, this is written by him. He's saying एक बार बेबे
हाँ,
selfish होके
हाँ, अपने लिए जियो ना.
जियो ना. वो वहाँ पे भी plug in देखो.
हाँ.
Jio cell phones. He was a spokesman that time.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
क्या advertising करता है सलमान खान? My goodness, दीपा जी मानना पड़ेगा.
दीपा जी है क्या?
Deepa ji is there. I put what it is a volume because I
Okay.
played the song actually.
Okay.
Very good.
हाँ.
क्या हाँ नहीं, सच्ची में.
So yeah.
So let's blame Salman Khan.
और कौन लोग हैं जो I don't know.
There's one person who
Probably
was
one
larger than
popular.
life, Deepa.
Ah,
Larger than life.
larger than life
One would
कौन?
never expect
What?
that person would.
Larger than life person.
Yeah, larger than
Tiger
life.
Shroff.
No. Cheh, larger than life for you
What?
is Tiger
Amitabh
Shroff. Amitabh
Amitabh
Bachchan. Yes. Amitabh Bachchan battled major depression and.
Ever since you denied Rekha.
Huh?
Sorry. Ever since he was whatever, he was not able to get in the same. Ever since that particular restraining order came, no? Ever since that time.
What restraining order came, man?
That his wife told you got to restrain yourself from Rekha.
All of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nowadays they sit in the same flight, but they don't talk to each other.
But he supposedly in
Yeah.
he and his wife don't talk to each
No,
other.
no, he and Rekha,
Huh.
they're in the same flight, but they can't talk to each other.
Hey, this is a big news to me, man. Like Shweta Nanda. Anyways, उसके बारे में
Hey,
बहुत बातें हो
don't
गई.
worry,
क्योंकि
यार,
वो
I
तो
don't-
politics-
देखो,
तूने
don't-
कोई अफवाह फैलाया क्या?
नहीं सच्ची में है ऐसा ही है but that's because in internal sources have told me this, so I don't want to AB right connection है हमारा, but think they don't let it out anywhere, they don't let out this story to anybody, so
She's not divorced, yeah.
Whatever,
He's just
man.
coming up with something.
She's living with her
It's
parents.
just that she's living with her parents
because of that unban they had.
yeah.
That thing.
Yeah, she has been
Yeah,
living-
media, you'll not find the news in media, Faltu Rani.
But because of the prestige of her family, she has not sought a divorce, is what they're saying.
That is even more pressure for
She
her. No?
apparently does not get along with her in-laws,
Yeah.
and she wants to separate from her husband, but due to family pressures, she's not
So they're
seeking
telling
a
her,
divorce.
when Aishwarya can stay together, why can't you, is what they're telling her. And she doesn't like Aishwarya because of that only.
Oh God.
See, Aishwarya cannot get along well with Jai Badri. But still she's staying together, right? So now, when Shweta wants to come back to her parents' house,
Huh.
that's what is happening, right?
Apparently, she has no problem with her husband. Okay, Nikhil
Hey,
Nanda.
what
She
the-
supposedly they
See,
say,
the point is, she wants to launch her daughter.
Huh.
And as long as daughter के ऊपर अमिताभ बच्चन का सर है, हाथ है, तो definitely वो successful हो जाएगी. ये सब planning है इन लोगों का यार.
Oh Lord.
अरे, उनको क्या प्लानिंग की जरूरत है? आल्तो बाबा इतना
ये
पैसा
हेलो,
है और
हम
पैसा है।
उनका astrologer जो है मेरा, I don't want to say the connection. I don't want the connection.
क्या उनका astrologer क्या है?
Amitabh Bachchan does not step out of the house without consulting an astrologer.
Oh God.
Yes. Why do you think they broke off the thing with Karishma Kapoor now?
Why did they break it off?
देखा.
अरे अरे अरे
And by the way,
डाइग्रेस
do you
हो
know?
रहे हैं, टॉपिक से हम लोग भटक रहे हैं.
हाँ, नहीं, but
Baba-
Amitabh
Hey,
Bachchan apparently battled major depression, and
battling.
also is still battling. And the one way he also has some health condition where he's in some chronic pain, so that also adds to his mental health issues, it seems. And so that is the reason he is he's a prolific actor, and he's constantly working. He basically doesn't take a break.
Working man, oh my God, सच्ची में यार, unbelievable.
Yeah, he's keeping on working even at this age because that's what keeps him occupied, and he needs to keep his mind off of, and he needs to keep himself occupied. करके, and he is continuing to work. They say that he also has openly come out and said that, especially after that ABCL fiasco that happened, 1996 में he suffered a major, he went through this whole lull apparently, where he had he shut off and he was very depressed and things really went bad.
There was a very beautiful movie or serial I'd seen some time ago. Mahima ji told me to see this about the life of a particular actor. What happens after their heydays?
Oh wow, which movie is this?
Yeah, it was a very Bengali actor in Kata, how with the depression they go through all the stuff,
Oh wow.
Very nice thing actually. It's very
And on
true.
the same notes, Fashion is a beautiful movie which shows
Yeah.
What Faltu Rani just mentioned, like frailties of the
Oh, it
industry.
talks about the locus of control.
Yeah. Hey Deepa, even that movie, Heroine, that also
Yes.
talks about it. That also
See,
talks.
I just tell you one simple thing. The moment you expect other people's validity, you're already giving up your locus of control.
But Altu, think about it. Isn't it an occupational hazard?
Yeah, it
Ki,
is. Okay.
as an actor, you're seeking other people's
Oh
approval.
my
right?
God, that is so perfectly said. Yes.
Well, you're
अभी
not-
आल्तू बाबा ने बोला ना, तुमने भी बोला, उनको चाहिए एक इंश्योरेंस चाहिए उन लोगों को.
हाँ. नहीं एक्चुअली दीपा ये
अभी
है
और
ना,
बढ़ेगा आपका 2-3 और टिकट डॉलर बढ़ेगा आपका टिकट अभी.
नहीं एक्चुअली तुम देखो ना दीपा, क्वाइट फ्रैंकली लेट मी टेल यू, ये इट इज इन एनी पब्लिक आई मीन आई वुडंट से सेलिब्रिटी, ओके, पब्लिक पर्सोनास प्रोफाइल, राइट, कि जो पब्लिक फिगर है उनको हमेशा ये होता है कि यू नो पब्लिक शुड लाइक यू.
Hey, thank God I'm not a public figure.
इनफैक्ट
I'm a private figure.
इनफैक्ट वो क्या है, हम जब रेडियो पे थे, हमें एक्चुअली बोला गया कि इसके बारे में तुम अपना ओपिनियन, राय बता नहीं सकते हो.
Yeah.
You cannot talk about certain things. You should not say this because then you know you will lose public appeal. You will क्या तुम लोग ऐसे हंस.
कोई और वेट कर रहा है तो बोलो यार, मैं रखती हूँ प्लीज.
अरे वाह, मेरे बात करते हुए उसने बोल दिया. चलो ठीक है दीपा, थैंक यू वेरी मच.
ए नहीं, ए हेलो मैडम,
हाँ,
मैं
हाँ.
बोल रही हूँ, मैंने अभी टाइम देखा तो कोई और वेट कर रहा है तो मैं
पता
रखती हूँ,
नहीं.
वरना मैं सुनूंगी ऑफ कोर्स.
Yeah. So no. Seriously, I'm not sure कि कौन वेट कर रहा है because this is on the WhatsApp
But
call,
do you
right?
think it'll really disturb me
Why?
if somebody's waiting
What?
to say what I have to say?
हाँ हाँ, बताओ फालतू रानी, क्या तुम भी, मैं
हाँ.
इतना 5 बजे से वेट करती हूँ तुम्हारी बातें सुनने
हाँ
के
हाँ,
लिए.
नहीं
हाँ,
मैं
देखो.
मजाक कर रही थी यार.
मजाक मत करो, अभी बताओ.
हाँ, तूने चेंज कर दिया, मानसिक संतुलन बना दिया. ओके, आई डिडंट नो व्हेन यू चेंज्ड इट. ओके, सो तो ये जनरली होता है कि लोग पीपल प्लीजर्स होते हैं. दे ट्राई टू लाइक, ओ हर एक के साथ ही हु करके पीछे बहुत बात करते हैं. तो एक बार हमारा ये ऐसा हुआ कि द रीजन किसी ने हमने वी एक्चुअली वेंट कुपटिनो दिवाली मेला, राइट, एंड दैट we were people were coming, but people were specifically coming to meet ये क्या हुआ, frailty of egos बोलते हैं ना. एक और होस्ट थी एंड हम भी थे, और नो फ्रीमॉन्ट में कहीं पे हुआ था. तो उनको पसंद नहीं आया, लोग हमारे शो को सराहते हुए हमें ढूंढ के आ रहे थे. तो उनसे पूछ रहे थे कि ये दोनों कहाँ हैं, आलतू फालतू कहाँ है, आलतू फालतू कहाँ है. तो देन हमने कहा कि चलो ठीक है. We spoke to the person and we spoke to a lot of bandhus were coming, right? And then one thing across the board, one question we asked, purposely because people are saying कि you know तुम लोग ऐसे जोक्स मारते हो, ऐसे बातें करते हो, तुम लोग गाना पूरा नहीं डालते हो, तुम लोग ये इतना मतलब you know हंसते हो खुल्लम खुल्ला ऑन द शो, ऐसे हंसना नहीं चाहिए, ये सब हमें बोल रहे थे. तो ये remember we used to get all that stuff.
So सासू माँ बन गए वो लोग.
नहीं तो थे ऐसे लोग थे कि ऐसे कैसे करते हो and all that stuff. And that time one person actually said it's because you guys keep it real.
क्या बात है फातिमा, very good, wonderful. क्या सही बताया आपने.
He said there's only one reason I want to talk. I just want to talk to that altu faltu. I asked why. I didn't tell him who we were. At that time people hadn't seen us. So and then I said, I said, you really like the show? He's like, yeah, of course. That's the only show. I don't generally listen to radio, but those guys have me hooked. And we said why? And he said that's because they keep it real. There's no nonsense. There is no fakeness, and it's exactly the way they speak their mind. And
hallelujah.
And Maimaji had said that. She said, you know, if you speak from your heart truly, and you're sharing laughter and joy, then really, you know what, there's nothing better than that, right?
I agree with you, Fatima.
I mean, I don't know. It's like
मैं आपके लिए आपकी बात से पूरी तरह से सहमत हूँ दीपा जी.
तू मजाक कर रहा है आलतू?
नहीं, of course मैं सहमत हूँ यार.
सुन रही हूँ of course.
सुन रहा हूँ.
Anyway, I think बहुत सारे ऐसे situations होते हैं जहाँ पे हम लोगों को लगता है कि बाकी के लोग क्या सोचेंगे, या किसी ने किसी को बात किया और मुझसे बात नहीं किया तो मुझे ऐसा लगा and all that stuff.
अच्छा, ऐसा भी होता है?
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Oh.
और किसी को
actually, you know, फालतू रानी, एक और जो तुमने अभी आइडिया बोला, on the same lines, you know, those who genuinely affected by the depression na industry में, they should actually come up with something like, you know, क्योंकि एक दूसरे को वैसे भी ये लोग जानते रहते हैं and all that, they should help each other out and come up with some kind of institution or kind of a thing. जैसे देखो ऋषि कपूर, नहीं शशि कपूर, remember Shashi Kapoor, he is one of those Kapoors who was not like entirely only for the glitz and glams. So he continued that ashram
His theater.
theater.
Prithvi Theatres.
He dedicated completely.
But
his
I'll tell
time.
you, Deepa, I love your idea saying that they should do something for that thing. Yes. Most important, I tell them only one thing. All the people listen to our show, no? They can easily deal with all the mental things by just listening to yours and other people's battles.
क्या कुछ भी
हाँ, कुछ भी मतलब देखो, we talk such wonderful things, right?
they're not talking about battles. I think
Hey, I'm talking about saying, अरे इनका इतना अच्छा मेरा situation अच्छा है.
नहीं मैं वही कह रही थी कि when you talk about the issue, also talk about how you're battling it. Actually, what was really not battling, how you're coping with it. That's the most important thing. Not battling, coping. तो क्योंकि मैंने एक क्या the fabulous wives or something lives of Bollywood wives, some nonsensical stuff I watched. In that, they show these women, clearly each of them is very highly insecure about whatever they act like they are highly insecure and they're overcompensating, and I really hope that Karan Johar was trying to show the frailty of their egos and their lives.
That's what he's doing.
Then it's a very intelligently made show. But if not, I think it's a very superficial show. So in that, they show this lady Om Namyo Rangikyo, whatever that she's chanting it as if, and they act like as if they're one of they show that one of their practices is that they practice this Tibetan meditation and all that stuff, and still you're having so many issues with regard to people. Then how are you actually implementing that in real life?
Correct.
It's not about sitting for 1 hour and then chanting
Yes.
Om Mani Padme Hum, or Om Name Rangikko, whatever you do that, right? It's not about chanting for just that few minutes in your life.
लेकिन frankly speaking, Falturani, मुझे second season I liked it compared to first one.
Yeah.
थोड़ा इसमें थोड़ा तो उन्होंने those issues दिखाए हैं, reality दिखाई है कि they go through all those, एक दूसरे के बीच में like politics, fight, and they have shown husband side of the story, how they are dealing with this currently.
Correct.
वो थोड़ा दिखाया है, not too completely, but some sense of truth was there.
Yeah. I what I'm just saying is कि हर एक aspect of life, it's not something कि आप 2 दिन किए और तीसरे दिन छोड़ दिया, या आप मतलब it's got to be a complete paradigm shift in the way you handle your life and the way you think.
Very good.
क्योंकि नहीं तो हर एक बंदा डिप्रेस हो सकता है, and वहीं पे anybody, and we've not even talked about people who ended up taking the really sad way out, especially people like whatever they claim, Sushant Singh Rajput, Jia Khan, there's quite a few people whose murder, suicide, jo bhi hai, it was not explained, but it is very much possible that they may have ended their lives. So imagine the amount of hopelessness that an individual might feel when something like this happens. So let's not take it for granted that people are, they say, I read a beautiful quote recently, I forgot who it was who said that, ki, whenever you meet somebody, try to say something kind. If not, don't say anything at all, because you never know what they're dealing with.
Is that why you don't say anything to me in the morning, Faltrani?
No, I don't say anything to you, Aldaba, because obviously, shit, my goodness, because you have a lot to say anyway. So, yeah.
I got
अगर तुमको कुछ बोलेगी तो बेल मुझे मार हो जाएगा ना.
नहीं मुझे बोलने की जरूरत ही नहीं है, जनाब बोल देंगे कुछ बोलेंगे तो somebody has to get the work done, आज शुरू हो जाएगा, तो मैं क्यों unnecessary.
वैसे भी करती नहीं काम, तो क्या वैसे भी क्यों फालतू में अपने आप को. सही बात है फालतू में.
तू जा रहे. तो anyway, so we thank you so much for chiming in, and of course I hope it made sense what we were talking about. It was a pretty good topic. Thank you for suggesting it. I think we've talked about mental health issues previously, but we haven't talked about specifically this with certain actors.
Yeah, we did have, you guys did the segment some time ago, लेकिन again like individual के बारे में बात नहीं किया, वैसे like actors के बारे में. You are right.
Correct.
In general, yeah. So we went deeper today.
Yeah.
Deeper. Don't worry, Deepa. No matter how deep you go, I'll throw a life jacket on you and you can come out into the surface. I'll bring you to shallow life. Okay, don't worry.
Thank you. हाँ, इसीलिए मैं बोलती हूँ ना, देखो मैं सुबह से शाम तक बात ही नहीं करती किसी से, क्या बात करूं, ऐसे खुल के मुझे बात करना रहता है तुम लोगों से,
सही है दीपा।
इसीलिए मैं आई डेस्परेटली वेट फॉर द
जब भी आपका कॉल आता है वी स्टार्ट टॉकिंग दीपा 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 and I bring you altitude. I bring you the altitude.
Okay, that's enough. Oh my God,
Very
enough
good.
wordplay.
सच्ची में he is drowned into words फालतूरानी, अभी कितने लैंग्वेज मिक्सअप किया पता नहीं.
Language is just okay. Anyway, चलो बाद में कभी बात करेंगे. लेकिन thank you so much दीपा जी and
Thank you
chiming in
so
today
much
and also
for,
being patient with
coming,
us.
in
Yeah.
spite of all your busy schedule.
ना,
लेकिन
ना.
देखो वही
नहीं,
मैं
नहीं,
बोली ना
thank you.
पहले in the beginning of the show कि मानसिक संतुलन मुझे भी चाहिए, इसीलिए मुझे
अरे डेफिनेटली देखिए आपका हमारा मानसिक संतुलन नहीं है, हमारा मानसिक ही नहीं है हमारा, तो क्या करें.
Actually, yeah, we should do another show where we have all our bandhus come in, and we should do some songs where you guys can sing live songs about this also.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
But thank you
from
so much,
movies
Deepa
that
ji.
cover this topic, these kind of topics.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you Deepa ji.
ठीक है, thank you so much for calling in,
Have a
Deepa.
good night, guys.
You too.
You
Thank
too. Take care. Good night.
And Faltani, are we coming to the end of our show right now? Oh my
Yes.
God, I can't believe it.
यस जान, हमें अभी आपको इजाज़त देना पड़ेगा क्योंकि हम लोग कल फिर से हाजिर हो जाएंगे, बट अ लिटिल अर्लियर होपफुली विल बी हियर बाय 5:30. तब तक के लिए हम आपको बोलेंगे गुड नाइट
शब्बा खैर
एंड प्यार भरा.
You are listening to Radio D Hotties, powered by Mahima Creations.
Hi guys, this is Shraddha and you're listening to Radio D Hottie, where the entertainment